Hey everyone, welcome to another video. My name is Boom Shaka, and I wanted to thank you guys first of all for all the feedback and all the comments and all suggestions for videos. Please keep them coming. If you guys have any topics you really want me to speak on about INFJs or about spirituality or about whatever, put it into the comments and I will definitely do a video on it. Yeah? So today I want to speak to you guys about something that Benny Hinn suggested a few hours back about doing a video on INFJs and spiritual experiences. Now again, my spiritual experiences and my perspective on it is going to be completely different from yours, obviously, but I'm going to talk about it because maybe it'll help you kind of distill a little bit more of what you guys are all about, yeah? So don't take it as a thing where I'm preaching or I'm telling you this is how you're supposed to be or this is how you're supposed to behave or this is what you're supposed to believe. Definitely not. I'm not a preacher. I'm not a teacher in that regard at all. I'm just sharing my own experiences and my own thoughts on it, right? So please take that into consideration before you start messaging me telling me that I'm wrong, yeah? So, in my opinion, or in my own head, because I spend a lot of time in my head, my spiritual experience all has to do with my mind and my experiences with conversations, mostly. So let me explain it a little better. I feel like I have the best spiritual experience when I am in my body and in my mind. When I'm truly in my body and my mind and I'm having these amazing conversations with people from all over the world and I feel like I enter a different dimension of sorts where we're having this conversation and we're really getting each other and we're exploring all of these ideas and we're just getting really into it and I'm excited and I feel free to express myself as I wish. They feel free to express themselves as they wish, really chatting with each other soul to soul. That's where I feel like I have the best spiritual experience. And so that's really different from, kind of believing in God or whatever it might be. Because I really want to have my spiritual experiences here on this planet, on planet Earth, rather than waiting for some time in the future where I go to heaven or hell and I deal with my spirituality there. My spirituality is very much based in this world right now, in this moment in time. And that's because I meditate a lot and I'm very mindful. I have a mindfulness practice. I try to be mindful. And so I'm always trying to bring myself into this present moment, into right now, here in this moment in time, right? I also really believe in reincarnation. And that's the reason I always tell you guys that INFJs are old souls. And nothing to say that we're better or anything, we're just older souls. And that's the reason we are more intuitive, we are better at gauging other people, we're better at figuring out what other people are thinking and all that. Because we're older souls, because we've been here several times. We've gone through this iteration, we've gone through several lifetimes. We we know a lot more about what's going on because you've just gone through it more times. If you can imagine it, that if you go through life once and you learn a few lessons, and you go through it twice, you learn a few more lessons and you integrate that into your soul or spirit. You go through it 3 times and you learn more and more lessons, right? And so I am a Hindu by birth. Hinduism is my religion by birth. Not really following it, but I do believe in their tenet where it says that people go through several iterations and several lifetimes in order to learn the lessons that we are here to learn. We're here to learn certain lessons. We're here to do certain work, and we need to go through several iterations to get to that point. And you will meet, as INFJs, a lot of young souls, really young souls. And you can tell that they're fresh, they're really fresh. They're either teenagers or they're babies, they're baby souls, and they've just come, it's their first time around to the planet, and they're really, they're all about fame, fortune, about the things, about those things, and they're all, you can just tell, I don't know how to explain it, but you see certain people, and they're so young soul-wise, right? They might be old, age-wise, but they are definitely young souls. And INFJs are definitely old souls. And just seeing that difference kind of reiterates to me that there is reincarnation. Reincarnation exists. We've gone through several iterations. We're going to go through several iterations. I haven't learned all the lessons that I need to learn right now. And I'm going to go through several more lessons and several lifetimes in order to learn that lesson. Maybe thousands of lifetimes. Because even though I'm an old soul, I still have so much to learn, guys. So much to learn, right? And so that's definitely one of my beliefs as a spiritual person. And I am extremely spiritual, but I do not believe in religion because religion divides and conquers. And I don't believe in a specific deity. Like, I don't believe in a specific kind of God, like a name and a person and a face, because it's not possible. Like, if we have a God, he has to be all things to all people. If we have some kind of higher spirit, he cannot, or she cannot, or it cannot be a certain way. It can't be white, or it can't be black, or it can't be male, or it can't be female. It has to be everything at once, right? Because it is a God for everyone. It's not just a God for us, for human beings. It's a God for all things, all species, all living things, all beings, all over the universe, all in all of different dimensions, in all the different universes. Not just for us. We're not the only special people on this planet, right? Or we're not the only special people in this universe. The gods, whatever you want to call them, the higher consciousness, they're there for everyone, not just for us. They're there for this water bottle, right? They've created this water bottle, and it's God, it's spirit, you know. So we're not the only ones kind of dealing with God, and so it cannot be just a male God, as you know Jesus Christ might be, or as you know a lot of people kind of think of him as, or it can't just be a female God, or it can't be just a pagan God, or you know, I'm not saying it's like it's not just that. They might take those forms to come and interact with us, and that I totally believe that, you know, Jesus Christ took on that form. God took on that form to come on and interact with us because we'd relate to it better, to him or her better, or to God better, if they took on a form that we understand. Otherwise, they're in the ether all the time, and I believe that God, or the higher spirit, or whatever you want to call it, is around us all the time, all the time. I don't need to go to a temple in order to interact with God. And that's why I hate the ideas of having a religious institution or having a place where you need to go pray, because it really irks the hell out of me that, you know, God is all powerful, but you have to go to a specific place in order to pray to him or her. That seems absolutely insane and stupid to me. So I don't need to go anywhere in order to pray to God or to tell him or her or it what's going on with me. I can be sitting here right now and talk to him or her and say, you know, thank you for everything, Juan. Thank you for my life. Thank you for this world. Thank you for everything that I'm able to do. Or I could be standing there and I could do it. I could be anywhere on this planet. I could be in my dreams. I could be awake, wherever. I don't need to go to a specific place in order to pray to God. That's just stupid. In my mind, I just think it's like dumbassery, right? Another thing that I don't like is the fact that you need to pay in order to enter the kingdoms of heaven. That just makes no sense to me, because God doesn't, I mean, if he is or she is a higher spirit, why would money matter to them? Like, why would money matter to them? They don't care about money. They're not going to buy anything. Like, anyways, I get really irked by that stuff, so that's the reason I'm really passionate about it. Is because you don't need to pay in order to enter anything. You're already perfect as you are, because God created you in his own image, and or whatever you want to use the word. You can use God, you can use Allah, you can use you know, Muhammad, whatever you want to use. I don't really care the word doesn't matter. I hope that makes sense to you guys. I'm just using God because that's like the terminology that everyone uses. So God doesn't care. God doesn't want you to pay. God is already on your side. God already believes that you're perfect because you are perfect. You know, you have some flaws, obviously, because that's being human. But as long as you're learning and keeping on growing, that's all the universe wants you to do. That's all God wants you doing. That's all they want us to be, you know, good people, learning lessons all the time, keeping on growing, working on our purpose, figuring out what our purpose is, and then working on it, and then just doing our thing. That's all the universe wants us to do, right? That's the reason we're placed on this planet. And so when people start telling me that you need to pay, or you need to do this, or you need to fast, or you need to follow these tenets, or you need to follow these laws or rules, no, I'm not going to follow these stupid laws or rules made up by human beings in order to control us. No, that is not my thing. I don't believe in it. I don't believe that's important. God doesn't care about all that bullshit. If he did or she did, then we would know it in our hearts. We wouldn't have to go out and search for it. And I'm always a big tenet or believer in the fact that all the answers are within us already. I know all the answers. I know all of them within me. And that's the reason I meditate, is in order to calm myself down, become still, and access that collective consciousness, or access God or the universe and the answers that are all in the ether, all around us all the time. I don't need to go anywhere to do that. I don't need to go anywhere. I don't need to do anything. I am already here with all the answers. The only reason I meditate is because my brain moves too fast, monkey mind as it's called, and it's too fast for me to actually get all the answers in, right? So I need to slow myself down, come back to center, come back to the present moment, be mindful, and let all the answers come in. I don't need to pay for it. I don't need to do anything for it. I don't need to get married. I don't need to not have sex before marriage. I don't need to fast. I don't need to not eat meat. I don't need to do a billion different things that we have written out as rules or laws. You don't need to do all that stuff. It's all bullshit created by human beings to control other human beings. So I don't believe in that crap. And so spirituality means completely different. It's completely different to me than from religion. Religion is nonsense. It's just like, tenets or raw laws written down by humans. Whereas spirituality is my connection with this world, with this universe, with the higher consciousness, with God. That's my connection with God. And I don't need anyone else to come in and interfere with it and tell me what I need to do, because they don't know. My connection with God is completely different from your connection with God. It's completely different from everyone else's connection to God. My connection is going to be my connection. It's my personal, unique connection with them. And I do my own unique thing in order to be connected with the universe, with God. And you do your own specific thing. You might do fasting in order to connect with God. That's fine. That's your thing. I'm not telling you that I need to do it. And I'm not telling you that everyone needs to do it. But if that makes sense to you, then do it, right? It's your life and your connection to this beautiful world that we live in, this beautiful universe, right? God or higher consciousness or Holy Spirit, whatever you want to call her, him, they're there for you and they're connected to you in a very special manner because you are a very special, unique being. And I can't tell you how to connect with them. You can't tell me how to connect with them. We're just all connecting with them in a very special, different manner. And that's why I love being alive, is because I don't need to be told how to connect to the universe. I am connecting with her and him or him all the time. And I know that because I'm living this amazing life where I'm filled with gratitude all the time. I live this awesome life, guys. And it wouldn't have been possible if I was not connected with the universe, right? Not that I'm saying that I had to do something in order to get here, but the universe is constantly telling me that they love me, they love me, they love me, they love me by sending me all this goodness into my life, right? I ask for something and I receive it the next day. It's because the universe loves me, the gods, whoever, whatever you want to call them. They love me and they're sending me all this goodness, these gifts, these presents. And they're telling me constantly telling me that they love me. I love you and you love me, and that's how it goes. And I don't need to go to a temple. I don't need to go to a mosque or anywhere in order to express my love for God or for the universe or express my spirituality. I do visit temples because they're just holy, special places. They have this energy to them, right? And I go there because all of these people, thousands of people have come there over the centuries in order to pray to God, and it has this special energy to it. So I go there in order to plug into that energy, but I don't need to go there in order to express my spirituality. I don't need to. I can go there, and I choose to go there because it's such a great place to be. Some of these temples are so ethereal, so magical. The energy is so palpable, but I don't need to go there, right? I can pray here. I can pray right now here, sitting in my room, in my apartment in Chiang Mai. I can do it here. I can do it anywhere. I don't need to go anywhere in order to express my spirituality. I think that makes sense. And from my perspective, again, I'm not telling you guys that you need to feel this way. This is how I feel. I think it's because of my INFJ nature that I am so open and flexible. That's the reason I don't really care what your religion is, because it doesn't really matter to me. You're a human being, I'm a human being. Why would I care what religion you are? Why would I care what sexuality you are? Why would I care what race you are? Why does that matter? I mean, really, why does it matter? And that's the reason I believe that INFJs are very flexible, very open, very adaptable, and also very spiritual. We're really spiritual, again, as I said, because we're old souls, but also we see underneath all the bullshit, because we have a really good radar for bullshit, right? We can tell when someone's bullshitting us. And so when Jehovah's Witnesses come to me or talk to me, I'm not saying that they're bullshitting me, but when they talk to me, and I'm thinking to myself, why are you doing this? If your faith or your religion was so strong, so powerful, would you really need to go everywhere and convince people to join your religion? No, you wouldn't. If it was that powerful and that's amazing, people would come to you. And that's the reason spirituality in general is growing so fast, is because you don't need to convince people of it. Because we're all spiritual anyways. Even people who are agnostic or atheists, they have some belief, right? They have some kind of belief about this world that they live in. And so we all have spiritual beliefs. We just we don't need to be convinced of them. And if someone starts convincing me really hard of something, I really get really annoyed by that, because you shouldn't need to convince me. If your faith is strong enough and your religion is strong enough, then I will see it and I will join it. But you don't need to convince me of that fact. And when you start convincing me really hard, begging me, borrowing, pleading, and all that stuff, then I stand off, because I'm thinking to myself, no, there's something wrong with the situation. You shouldn't need to do that. You don't need to impress me. You don't need to convince me. You should be good enough and secure enough in yourself, in your religion, that you don't need to go and beg for people to come join you, right? That's the reason I don't like that stuff. I'm not begging you to join my spirituality. This is who I am. And I hope that it makes sense to you guys. I hope that you'll be able to share your own experiences with me. There's so much other stuff about spirituality that I will share in the future. But this is a good beginning point for you guys to understand where I'm coming from, where INFJs I think come from. And I'd love to hear from you guys, yeah? Also, let me know if there's any other topics you want me to expand on or speak on, or something that you didn't understand, and I'll totally speak about that more. Hope that you guys have an amazing day wherever you are. If you guys want to join my team, you can join it at patreon.com/boomshikha, and I'll talk to you guys next time around. Bye for now.